Hi, Jared. So I just got done watching your video for the second time. I was drawn to it because you did use the GenoPro software, whereas I didn't. So it was really interesting to see how the use of symbols can indicate serious differences in self, in relationships, in different dynamics within a family system. So the first thing that stood out to me was how the left side of your genogram had the red and blue zigzags, and the right side had a lot of solid green lines. So there was an immediate difference in the different sides of the family, which I noticed right away. So that was a good use of the symbols and the relationship dynamics within the software. So I noticed on the left side versus the right side, once again, the different dynamics in the family system. I also wanted to point out that I really liked how you included the strengths and the weaknesses. That was something that was unique to your family system. I know there's different ways of giving details about the interviewing process, so there's less guesswork within a system. But I thought that was a different way of approaching it. I would have never thought to do the strengths and weaknesses myself. So that was a really great way of seeing where there may be patterns, like negative patterns within a family system, along with forms of resilience that they may use or different coping mechanisms that individuals within that family system used. I also noticed that the heavy use of the genogram symbols and family dynamics, regardless of what they actually mean, does help to visually see where patterns exist. So on the father's side, there's clearly a pattern of the violence or physical abuse. And then on the right side, there just seems to be a more solid foundation of relationship building. So that is also a great tool to use for a genogram. And I also appreciate how you spoke a lot about the use of assessments, and then the person-centered strategy that you would use for your specific client and the person that the genogram is focused on. That's something that I didn't include that as a school counselor would actually be really helpful. In terms of what you said about, using this on our own families, it's interesting that you said that because I have done this with my family before. And there are very clear generational consistencies, regardless of if they're positive or negative, that you can see doing these. So this is definitely useful for our future school students and as future counselors. Thank you so much for sharing your presentation, and you did a great job.